Right now, down in Florida, people are trying to rebuild their lives torn apart by Hurricane Ian. Look at that. All of those areas there underwater, many of them streets and sidewalks. And it could take years for the hardest hit places to get their lives back to normal. First Alert meteorologist Courtney Giacobazzi reports from Fort Myers, where people are still scrambling to try and find loved ones and some supplies.
People who live along the coast are used to the threat of tropical systems, but with how quickly Hurricane Ian's path changed, people who live here had very little time to prepare for this. The path of Ian had an unusual amount of uncertainty just a couple of days out from landfall.
This storm changed from Apalachicola, Key West, back and forth, and we watched it on the weather, and every time it took a turn, we went, yes, no.
The cone from the National Hurricane Center shifted over 100 miles in just a few days, and while models showed the possibility of a landfall along the southwest coast, the news of a direct hit happened fast.
Got everybody in the park together, and we said, you need to be out of here. You need to be out of here by 5 o'clock.
The size of the storm also added to the devastation.
That's part of the frame right there.
Residents comparing the storm to Hurricane Charley.
Charley was a lot smaller hurricane. It had a real small eye, and this one had a 40-mile eye. This is pretty devastating for this community, and it's going to take probably several years for this community to come back and be 100% like it was before.
The larger the storm, the more water gets pulled into the coast, causing for that catastrophic storm surge, and that large wind field made wind damage extend hundreds of miles. People continue to clean up today, but now are running out of supplies.
We've already been there 3 days. We're running out of bare necessities.
As the road ahead is long,
A lot of work to do. We don't have the manpower to do it, so what are we going to do?
while the community waits for any relief they can get.
Nothing else is open. Yeah. And, we just driven miles and miles looking for something. So this was a godsend.
While I know it must have been so difficult for people along the southwest coast to make the quick decision to pick up their entire livelihood, it is always important to have that action plan and your severe weather preparedness kit, as we can always count on Mother Nature to be unpredictable. For Atlanta News First, I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Giacobazzi.
Well, how about